Hello, this is David from DN Cognitive Counseling. Tonight I want to talk about something that has been a difficult situation for a lot of people, and that is the inability for families to accept different choices, lifestyles, changes they make, religious changes, things that the family of origin never accepts because of their own belief system. I think it's a very important thing to understand. We live in a world today where most people are egocentric. They look at things from their point of view and only their point of view. You will hear people say, if you don't agree with me politically, we can't be friends. If you have a different point of view, I can't even have a conversation with you. I look at you differently, and in situations where we're not family, you can do that. You can say to somebody, I don't want to be friends with you. But it's very difficult when that person that disagrees with you is a mother, a father, or a brother or a sister. Then it's a very different situation. You just can't say to your mother, well, I want to go and disown you just because you have a different point of view. And there are a lot of people struggling with this because they don't know what to do with that. They don't know how to balance the way they see things against the nature of their family member that sees things very differently. I was just having this question to somebody who I said, well, how does your mother view this issue? And they went to, well, they view it, and then they gave their own interpretation of how they like their mother to view it. And I said, but that's not how your mother is viewing things. That's not how they're seeing things. You're just telling me how you would want them to see it with your value system. I'm asking you to tell me from their value system. And once you understand their value system, how then do you juxtapose your position with theirs, and how would you handle that then? Then things get very hairy. So I want you to think about the idea of perspective taking. Not how you view things, not your value system, not your belief system. If you are atheist and you have a family member that's very devout in their religious belief, how would that devout person react to that? Or if you're religiously devout and that other person's an atheist, how would that atheist view things in their secular humanistic kind of ideology? And perspective taking is a big look forward into understanding. And once you're able to understand their point of view, you have a much better way of approaching it, and that gives you the ability to get on the inside of the discussion as opposed to being on the outside of the discussion. One of the books that I highly recommend is How to Make Friends and Influence People. It's a great book. And it's a very similar concept that they try when giving a difference of opinion. First start off by talking about what their other person's opinion really is. It shows first off that you understand, that they're not just evil and crazy. It shows that they're coming from a different point of view. And we as a society have to understand there are other people with other points of view. It's the only way for any of us to be able to help to make change anybody else. You first want to understand where they're coming from. After you understand where they're coming from, you could state now where you disagree. Fundamentally, a lot of people's disagreements come from what they perceive to be their morality. More often than not, that's where it starts. But when you get things deeper, sometimes you find that it's not that, and there are other issues going on where they're disagreeing. But you won't know until you have the first discussion and opening it up. So, anytime you find yourself in a disagreement with a family member, try to understand where they're coming from. Try to understand their point of view. Try to understand the nature of their argument before you try to rebut or try to change. Acceptance is a beautiful thing, and a lot of people enjoy being accepted. But once you have choices in your own life Not everything is going to be accepted by everybody. And we have to be okay with that too. The most important person that has to be able to accept your own choices and own decisions and how you live life is you. You can't be chasing anybody else's approval for that to feel good. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you'll like if you liked it. If you disagree, I'd love to hear why, and you could of course comment below. And again, if you haven't already and you'd like to become a patron and subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and a patron to the Subcribe-star. I thank you very much. Have a good night and good mental health.